Yo, what up, what up, what up, YouTube fam? And we back with another banger. I'm going to be breaking this fade down step by step, man, on how I accomplish my skin fades. So as always, you always want to comb out the hair. All this does is lift the hair off the scalp so the guard can feed through it easier. And you're just checking for any calyx. You see me working on his swirl, seeing which way that the hair grows. He like to get cut down with a number 1. So I have the one guard closed, and I'm going with the grain, just going right over the hair. Now, I already noticed on his front hairline, his hair was super light up there. So I'm going to show you guys how to attack that. And you see me cutting his swirl the way that it grows. It just grows at a circular motion, so that's the way I want to cut it. And for his front hairline, you can see how it's more dense in certain areas. What I mean by dense, I mean it's a lot lighter. So I opened up the one guard and I'm just going to hover right over it, just so I don't want to lighten it up a lot more. And I'm just picking my spots that I want to cut. So you see his vertical bar giving me a lot of room. So I'm just going to pick my poison, and I'm going to start it a little bit above his vertical bar. And you already know I am definitely going to stretch this fade. And you see me dropping it in the back because I want it to be contoured to my client's head shape. And these are my sabers. My sabers are not zero gap. They are soft, which means they are not going to leave a harsh line for me. And then we're just going to get this guy line nice and straight. You don't ever want to put in a sloppy guy line. If you put in a sloppy guy line, then your fade is going to come out sloppy. Next, we're going no guard open. And I'm going up about an inch. And you see, I'm making my guy line super wide because I'm going to stretch this fade out. Notice I'm leaving the hair at the bottom, all that bulk, because that's going to give me a lot of contrast to really make this fade pop. Then we're going to close the lever and we're going to start to tap at the guideline. Once that guideline starts to shift up for me, I'm going to open up my lever 1 notch, and you can see the line. So I open up my lever and I'm going to tap at that guideline as well. That guideline is also going to shift up. And you see me just keep going over the line. Now, once that guideline shift up, I need to be at the very top of the guideline. So I am halfway in my lever now, and I need to be at the very top of that guideline. Usually the line comes out, but if it doesn't come out, you just repeat the same exact steps. Now, what I have circled is little lines that's left over that I have to take out. So that's what my eyes are seeing. So I have to go back in and I have to detail them little dark spots out, just to make this transition nice and smooth. I don't ever like to see any lines in my transition, so that's why I take my time detailing them out. Then I throw on the one guard close, and you see me go sideways right at the front because his hair is growing sideways. And we're going to bring this guy line an inch up as well. Remember, we are doing a stretch fade, so we need our guidelines nice and stretched out. And I am starting close. Now the line that I just made, I need to smooth out that transition. We need to soften up that line to take it out. So I go one guard close and I'm going with the grain now, and I'm just going right over the guideline. All I'm trying to do is smooth that transition out. That's why I go with the grain. Then we're going to open up the lever, and now we're going to go back and fade against the grain. And we're not flicking, guys. We are using elbows, and we are using shoulder work, and we are using the hilt on our blade to feather out this line. Now I'm going to go all the way close with my 1, and I want to be at the very bottom of the guideline, just using the corner of the blade. I am not using the full blade because I do not want to push this fade up. Now these 3 lines that I just made, this is the exact order that I'm going to be using with the half guard. So I'm going to start half guard halfway, and I'm going to be at the very top of the guideline. Notice I'm going straight through my guideline. I am not flicking at it. I'm going straight through it. Now we're going to close the lever up 1 notch. Now we want to go a little bit lower than what we just were halfway with the lever. Now I'm going all the way close, and I need to be at the very bottom of the guideline using the corners, and I'm using elbows and shoulder work, and I am going right through my guideline. Especially, just starting out cutting hair, you cannot be afraid to cut the hair. If you are afraid of not cutting the hair, then you will never get the transition that you are looking for. So now I just showed you what my eyes were seeing that's super dark. So I use my raking method with the half guard, and I'm halfway in the lever, and I'm just raking down that transition to smooth out the fade. Now we're going to jump to the other side. We're going to do the same exact steps. No guard open, going up about 1 inch. This is a stretch fade, so I have to stretch out my guidelines. And you see me going over it multiple times just to get it down to its desired length. Now we're going to close it, and we're going to start to tap at the guideline. Once that guideline shifts up, you're going to open up your lever 1 notch. And you're going to repeat the same exact steps. Tap at the guideline. Once that guideline shifts up, you're going to go halfway in the lever, and you should be at the very top of your guideline. If that line doesn't come out, just go back and repeat the same exact steps, and your line will come out. Now we're going to throw on the 1 guard. We're starting close, and we're going up about 1 inch, going over this guideline multiple times as well to get it down to its desired length. And this is that coarse hair, man. It's tedious, so you have to go over, certain spots multiple times. Make sure you're brushing just to see what you are doing. Now we're going to close the 1, and we're going to go down with the grain to smooth out that transition where it's a little bit dark for me, which I'm pointing at. Then we're going to open up the lever, and we're going to go against the grain now, and we're going to start to feather out this line, getting ready to take it out. And just notice how I'm cutting and I'm brushing. Cutting and I'm brushing. Now, I went all the way close. Now I need to stay at the very bottom of the guideline. I do not want to go any higher because I will risk bringing this fade up. And I'm just pointing to you guys these dark spots that I am looking at, that I am trying to take out. Now we had to take out that 1 guideline. We throw on the half guard, and we are halfway in the lever, and we are going right through this guideline. Once I see it starting to lighten up, I'm going to close my lever up 1 notch, and I'm going to go a little bit lower. And we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to go right through the guideline. Soft touches, man. Soft touches. Then we are going to close the lever up all the way, and we're going at the very bottom of the guideline now. And you can see the transition is pretty much coming together. Nice and easy, man. 2 guards. And we already got this fade looking blurry, and we ain't even do no detail work. Now we're going to go back to the raking method with the half guard halfway, just to smooth down the transition a lot more. We want everything to flow. Now for the back, I'm just going to speed things up. Just a reminder, I am doing a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subs. I will be giving away a pair of JRL clippers and a pair of Cocoa trimmers. These are the tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. These are my favorite pair of clippers and my favorite pair of trimmers. I will be picking 2 winners. And it's simple. If you want to win a pair of JRLs or these Cocos, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. Then shoot me a DM on Instagram and type done. And this is something that I wanted to do from the kindness of my heart to all you guys that support me, keep me motivated, and keep me going, pushing these YouTube videos out for you guys. So once again, thanks everybody for the support, and I can't wait to announce the 2 lucky winners for this giveaway. So once again, what you have to do to enter the raffle, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and type done. That's all you have to do to enter, and I will pick 2 lucky winners. Good luck to everyone who has entered the raffle up to this point. Back to the haircut. As you can see, this back fade is pretty much done. It's flowing with the sides, and I'm just doing the raking method just to smooth the transition. Now I pick up my balding clippers, and I'm getting rid of all the bulk at the bottom, and you can see how the fade is just popping now that I am removing all that bulk. And I do like these Gamma skins, man. They get right to the point. You can use them underneath the neck. They don't bite, they don't snag. They just do what they supposed to do, just removing bulk really fast. All right, that line you see on your screen, I cannot take my foil shaver past that line. If I were to take my foil shaver past that line, I would be digging in my fade, and I am creating a very harsh line that's going to be very hard for me to get out. So once I get at the very top of my fade, you're going to see me start to flick out, and I'm using the single side of the shaver instead of the double. Now we're going to prep his front lineup. I put some 99% alcohol to get rid of all the dirt and oils. It's just alcohol. Then I come back with some holding spray to lock all the hairs in place. Then I brush the hairs down. Then we're going to line up his vertical bar. You see me use the comb just to see where I want to place this line in at, so I can keep everything nice and natural. Coco's hitting. Then I'm going to line up the next vertical bar. And when you're dealing with tricky lineups like this, when you line up your vertical bars first, and then you look at the edge up head on, it will line up exactly where you need to place that line at. So you see me start right in the middle for my balance, and I start on his left side, and I just take my time. I don't really want to rush putting this line in. I'm just tapping and going. I'm tapping and I'm going, making sure that I hit that corner. Then I come to his right side. I angle the head right towards me and give him the straightest line possible. And here's a quick little gem. When you are lining up your client, do not stand directly right in front of your client when you are lining them up. Stand on the side of your client and then turn their head towards you, and I bet it will be a lot more comfortable for you and the client. Now, I wasn't going to put the beard in this video, so I just gave you guys one side of me lining up the beard. I just really wanted to focus on breaking down the fade. So I put some Tune 45 shade gel on him, stretch my razor at a 45-degree angle, and I'm bringing everything right down to the line. I'm telling my client to blow a bubble to give me a lot more attention so I can give him the straightest line possible. I comb right through everything, and then I go through the line one more time just to ensure that I have his beard crispy as possible. Once I have the beard lined up, pretty much everything is done. This is when I come back and detail my fade and give him that BLURRY. This is where you really lock in and take your fade to the next level. Then I come in with my curved shears, and just hitting all them little hairs that's standing up. And this is how my client came in looking. He was definitely due for a haircut. These clients come in looking crazy sometimes, but it's up to us to really get them back together. And here's the final product, a blurry fade, no enhancements on the edge up, just a clean, natural cut all around. Thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's your boy More Fades. I see you guys on the next video, and I'm out.